So
Yes.
can you tell us the secret to getting a prospect from hello to closed? I know that's like a big ask.
Question that could take me a couple of hours. But yes, when I first started my business, my Facebook community, I was like, what am I going to name this thing? And I fell in love with from hello to closed because it's so descriptive of exactly how I support people. So from the time you meet a prospect until you close them. And what I have found over these years with my own business and my clients' business is it's a combination of automation and human connection. And that is really how you make sure you are top of mind and consistent and getting as many of those leads from hello to closed as possible. I cannot tell you how many times I've gone into companies and there's just money waiting there for them, like waiting. Because there are things that are missed when they built their sales systems. And so if we can use a combination of automation and human connection, and they each have things that you need to be an expert at each category of that. But if you can use that combination, you can be extremely powerful and very effective with your time. And if we have time, I'd love to give you an example of what that looks like.
Yes, but I'm going to keep this question that I have in the back of my mind for after that.
Okay, you guys, so do you want me to tell you my story about how
yes.
Okay, so those two things. So I'm going to give you an example. Now, first of all, I have launched and sold out multiple products over the last couple of years, and I've experimented with different ways to launch and to close and all of these things because I like experimenting to see what I love, what works the best, and then I have, a bag of tricks to help my clients with instead of just one method, right? So I've explored these different things over the years. And at one point I was doing a lot of live events and they convert great. Like live events are amazing. However, it takes a certain level of capacity in your business in order to consistently live launch, execute, close, and move on. And so I've had a really, really busy already beginning of the year, like traveling for speaking engagements and events and all of these things. And I had a new product that I wanted to launch. And I was like, you know what? A live event or a challenge is just not in the cards this time. It's not going to happen. And so what I did is what I refer to as the shush launch. And it's something that my clients have used, rinse and repeat over and over again. I have used rinse and repeat over again. And it's just super, super simple. It's getting very active on social media and your email and reaching out directly to people to invite them into whatever your new product is. Now, I know that sounds super simple and there's a lot more that goes into it, but it's so much easier than a live event. And the way that I use automation in conjunction with human connection is like this. And this is probably one of the most powerful things that I'm going to tell the audience today. Because very few people do this. Okay, so if you're familiar with the launching method, there is pre-launch where you are with the purpose of pre-launch is to prime the mind to a new problem for your community to either identify as it or not, and then discuss the risk of not taking action to do it, okay? It's really, really simple. And a lot of people use it then to get registrations for their events, but I didn't have time or capacity or really, frankly, interest in it this time, okay? So what I did is what I usually do, which is pre-launch, but this is the magic, okay? You wanna get people to raise their hand during pre-launch so that when you're ready to take on clients, you already have your hot lead list right there and ready to take action. So I usually do 3 to 4 weeks of pre-launch content where I have people raising their hand, and I use active campaigns. So for example, the product I just sold out was teaching founders how to build their sales team from the ground up. Okay. So for 4 weeks, I literally was sending out emails and doing social content all about the opportunity to do this, right? And I used automation within Active Campaign that every time they clicked on a link or they took action in an email, it tagged them with, I want to grow a sales team. And that's the pain point and the identification that I used with an Active Campaign. So I was like, great, did it for a few weeks, went back in, pulled my hot lead list, gave some leads to my sales team, some to mine. I reached out directly and invited them to my program. It was really that simple. And it was a $50,000 launch. So I got paid 50 grand to build out a new product without an event. Okay. Now I'm simplifying it, right? I'm simplifying it, making it seem really easy. Clearly there's a lot of strategy and there's a lot of things that go into this, but there are so many different ways that you can be successful. We had a 100% close rate on all of our discovery calls, and the sales came in 50% discovery calls and 50% checkout in DM or via email. So it was really, really powerful. And you can be that powerful too if you're using your systems and your tech in conjunction with real human connection, not bots, not copy and paste stuff. If you have a social selling team, that's fantastic. I have one, but please make sure they're being authentic and real, because we can spot them now.
Yep. Wow. So you answered my question that I had in your response there. It was all about how you balance the human connection with automation, because some people lean too heavily one way or the other way. And I love how you talked about how that works in conjunction. So
yes, and it's not the first time. This is the third or fourth time I've rinsed and repeat this own strategy for my business. And then my clients have used it a bajillion times. And I still get messages like, I shushed. And I'm not that great at naming things. And so that's the best name I could come up with at the time. And it just kind of stuck.
Nice. And you also mentioned 100, I think you said 100% close rate, which is outstanding. And would you say most of that is because of the pre-qualifying originally, the hot lead list?
If you have pre-qualified leads that are literally so hot and ready, and they know they need your thing, that really, really helps on your conversion rate. However, you can have a really hot lead show up to a sales call and you can just screw it up if you don't know how to do a sales call.
Yeah.
So it is a combination of the two. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been through other people's funnels, especially to hire service providers or contractors, where the marketing funnel and the qualification is like A+. And I get on the sales call and I'm like, hell no. Who is this? What is happening? I'm not trusting you with my money. So it is really important that both things are really tight.
Nice. And you can help with both.
Yes, this is true.
Nice.